welcome to Dickie Richards.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Now, I didn't get on very well at school because they thought I was a bit of a weird kid because I was always obsessed and obsessing about delivering parcels. Yeah, and same in the world of work. I didn't get on very well because they thought I was a weird guy because I was always obsessed and obsessing about delivering parcels. And even now, people think I'm a bit of a weird guy because I'm always obsessed and I obsess about delivering parcels. Yeah, it's true. It's true. But I found out that I'm not weird. I'm not weird. I found out why I'm obsessed and I obsess about delivering parcels because I've had an adult diagnosis. Yeah, it turns out I've got ADHL. Thank you, yes. It's true, it's true, yes, it's true. It's true. Yes, I just found out that my brain surgeon also runs a company that installs home security systems. Yes. Well, now I've got the alarm bells going off in my head. Yes. I went to the bank, and the lady in the bank said to me, she said, "Oh, you couldn't move in here at lunchtime." I said, "Oh, right, was it very busy?" She said, No, it was an armed robbery. I went to a salon to have a gentleman's hair removal treatment. Involved hot wax and sharp pain. And when I was lying there having it done, someone pickpocketed my jacket that was hanging up, and they got my wallet, and they stole my passwords for my internet banking and my social media. So I phoned the police. I said, "I want to report a crime." They said, "What's happened?" I said, "I've been backsacked, crack and hacked." And not the first time I've had to report a crime. Not the first time I've had to report a crime. No, I remember I was at home one morning and my phone went off and I picked it up and this voice went, "I'm going to cut your left ear off." And I thought, someone messing about. Crank caller, don't worry about it, get on with your day. So anyway, about tea time that evening, right, my phone went off and I picked it up and this voice went, "I'm going to cut your right ear off." I thought, crank caller, someone messing about, don't worry about it, get on with your day. Well, that night I'm just about to go to bed and my phone went off and I picked it up and this voice went, "I'm going to cut both your ears off." I thought, well, this is persistent, isn't it? Perhaps I better take it seriously. So I phoned the police. I said, "I want to report a crime." They said, "What's happened?" So I'm getting death threats. My dishwasher broke down, so I've been looking for a new house. It's true. No, I went to see this one place. You know what it's like. I went to see this one place, and outside the front door of this place, there was a big pot of red paint, a big, 25-litre pot of red paint with the lid off, all paint dribbling down, red paint, and a big paintbrush stuck in this pot of red paint. And daubed on the front of this house in this red paint was a huge red cross like that. And I thought, well, that's a big plus, isn't it? And I saw this other place, right? This is mad, this is true, right? I walked in, and the way it was decorated was crazy, right? Every single wall and ceiling in this place was covered in mirror tiles. Yeah, and I thought, I could see myself living here. I could. I really could see myself living there. I could. I sneezed. Thank you. I sneezed, and I realised that I hadn't taken an allergy tablet. I'd taken a laxative. Yeah, certainly ruined our hot tub party. Yeah, they kept my deposit. They kept my deposit. Yeah, I went. I went caving, potholing, you know, and when I went caving, potholing, I was going down this tunnel and I got stuck. And when I got stuck, I realised I hadn't taken an anxiety tablet. I'd taken a Viagra. Yeah, certainly was stuck between a rock and a hard place. Yeah. So that film, you might have seen it. You ever seen that film? 127 Hours, have you seen that film, right? True story of the guy who gets trapped in a cave. He gets his arm wedged in a cave between the rocks and he's stuck there for 127 hours. Anyway, eventually he managed to escape by hacking his arm off with a blunt penknife. Yeah, and when I got stuck caving, that's right, yeah, I thought I'd do the same. Yeah, but I didn't have a penknife big enough. No, it's crass, isn't it? Oh, it's crass. I would never ever brag about the size of my willy, but I did once get charged with decent exposure. Yeah, I went to the church on the way here to put some flowers on my friend's grave. Yeah, she died of dilated cardiomyopathy, and I miss her. Yeah, she had a big heart. She was an archaeologist. This is true. She's an archaeologist, and well, she left a big hole in my life. She really did. She did. Honestly, no. She left me in ruins. She did. Left me in ruins. I've got another mate of mine, this is true, right? My mate is a magician. He's a magician. He's got a magician's heart condition. Yeah, he's got tachycardia. And this is true, right? He got addicted to ski jumping, right? He got addicted to ski jumping, yeah. Only tried it once. Yeah, but he went downhill fast. You see how quiet that goes there? Everyone shifts in their seats there when you mention ski jumping. Everyone else gets a bit fidgety there because of the taboo around it, you know. Everyone's sitting there thinking, oh, ski jumping won't affect me like that. Nah, ski jumping, I can take it or leave it. Yeah, but that's the thing, isn't it? That's the thing about ski jumping, isn't it? Once you start... You know, it's a slippery slope, isn't it? It's a slippery slope, isn't it? Did you hear the terrible news that Willy Wonka's chocolate factory closed down? Yeah, short-staffed. And times are hard, aren't they? Times are hard. My friend started a bondage business. Yeah, he's struggling. Yeah. I asked a taxi driver, I said, how's business? She said, oh, it's picking up. And it's dropping off. Right. When I was 18, I had a girlfriend that would only let me make love to her on the top deck of a multi-storey car park. That's right, yeah. When I was younger, I had a very high sex drive. I really did. Okay? You'll like this. The average human brain, true fact, average human brain weighs 3 pounds. Yeah. Makes you think, doesn't it? Your brain makes you think, doesn't it? You have to... A few 1-pounders in here. Yeah. I once did one of those motivational weekends which finished on the last night with everyone having to walk over these red hot coals with no shoes on. And it got to my turn, I couldn't go through with it. Yeah, got cold feet. Einstein famously declared, I cannot raise my left arm. Yeah, stroke of genius. Now, I keep getting dry, cracked lips, and no one knows why. Yes, an unsolved mystery. And for the last 3 months, I've been eating nothing but pizza and pancakes. Yeah, I'm on a low-fat diet. Yeah, I watched a great film about a shark that does lots of housework. Yeah, chores. Shark vacuum cleaner. Look at that. Yeah, and I watched that film. You might have seen. I watched that film JFK. Watched JFK, and I thought. Very well shot. See, you get a reaction with that joke, but I'll tell you something about that joke, right? You'll always remember where you were when you heard it. Yes, I went to an alien brothel. Yeah, I don't know what came over me. My mate was an osteopath, but he moved to Egypt, and now he's a chiropractor. They say, don't they? They say you live by the sword, you die by the sword. And well, that's why I moved away from my neighbour. Yeah, Mr. Wilkinson. Yes, my favourite position is the doggy position. That's right, yes. Lying in front of the fire going, get a sausage. Get a sausage. Yeah. I like mullets. That's the long and the short of it. I did some internet dating when I right. Yeah, when I right. I met a really thin girl on Match.com. Yeah, she was a striking, fiery redhead. Yeah, now I find it interesting when famous people die, there's lots of public outpourings of grief on social media, lots of stuff about them on the news, but no one mentions ordinary people when they die. I'll give you an example. When Lemmy from Motorhead died, big public outpourings of grief on social media, lots of stuff about him on the news, but no one mentioned all the other Lemmys that followed him off the cliff. No, I like famous people. I've seen some famous people. I saw Bono from U2. Yeah, he was in a charity shop. He was rifling through the bargain bin. I said, all right, Bono, still looking, mate. I saw Mick Jagger, coming out of a brothel. I said, Mick, you satisfied? He went, no. No pleasing some people, is there? I saw, this is true, I saw Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, I went up to him, I went, oh, you're back then? I saw Kate Bush, this is true, I saw Kate Bush, I was driving up a hill and she came running past me. And I saw Warwick Davis, yeah, I saw Warwick Davis standing next to a big horse. I said, all right, Warwick, how you getting on? Now, an old girlfriend of mine once said to me, she said, Dickie, I can do an impression of your penis. I said, can you? She said, yeah, it's not hard, is it? I know, so I've been hurt in love. It's my own fault. No, it's my own fault for getting married to a wrestler. Honestly, every time the alarm clock rang, she'd have me in a headlock. Every time the doorbell rang, she'd grapple me to the floor, right? And not only was she a physical bully, she was also a mental bully. Do you know she had a nickname for my Willie? Do you know what she used to call it? Little Hulk Hogan. She used to say, oh, I'm looking forward to getting little Hulk Hogan in the ring later. Yeah, I don't know what she meant either. Yeah, but the final straw was when she gave me the Boston Crab. Also, I divorced her, and God, she was greedy, took everything. She took the houses, she took the cars, she took all the money, she took the dog, she took the iron, she even took my hat. Yeah, but I got it all back. That's right, yeah, straight after the divorce, I went to the shop, and I bought myself a new Monopoly set. And she used to, this is true, she used to sleep on the mantelpiece. Yeah, she was a trophy wife. No, but I don't hold a grudge. I'm happy for her, because she's got herself a sugar daddy. Yeah. She's shacked up with a type 2 diabetic. I once had a one-night stand with a waitress, yes, and shortly after we started making love, she stopped and said, is everything all right for you? And it always happens, isn't it? Typical, isn't it? When she asked me, I'm a mouthful. Well, it's an all-you-can-eat buffet. It's not my fault, is it? And I once had a one-night stand with an exam invigilator. Yes, and just before we started making love, she raised her finger, looked at her watch, and went, "You may turn me over. You may begin." Right, folks, that's enough of the jokes for now. Right? Enough of the jokes for now. I'm going to give you a warning now, folks. I'm going to give you a warning, right? And the warning is this: that I am not in the mood for criticism. All right? I'm not in the mood for criticism. And the reason I say that is because I did a show the other day and it went fantastically well, right? All my jokes worked, right? The whole audience were laughing their heads off. Not as much as you guys are laughing tonight, right? Because you're a much better audience than that bloody shower I had the other night, right? But they were laughing nonetheless, right? So I had a great show, right? I was on cloud 9 when I left the stage. I was fantastic, right? The promoter went to me, "That was fantastic, Dickie. One of the best sets we've ever seen at this club. Get yourself a drink," right? So I thought, I will. I'll go to the bar. Don't usually. I thought, I'll go to the bar, get myself a drink. I thought, I'll just sit there and bask in my own success for a couple of minutes. Give myself a metaphorical pat on the back. Right, anyway, a guy who had been in the audience, right, come up to me and he went, "Ha, Dickie, it's really funny. It's really funny, but I hope you don't mind me saying." I thought, what's he going to say? I've had a great show. He said, "I hope you don't mind me saying, but I think you repeat yourself a bit too much." And do you know what I thought? I thought, well, what a twit. What a twit, what a git. He's in the audience. I saw him laughing his head off, right? But you know what he's done? He's seen me sitting at the bar, enjoying my little moment of success, hasn't he, right? And what he wants to do, he can't stand it. He wants to bring me down, doesn't he? He wants to bring me down. And do you know what I thought? I thought, I'm not having it. Usually I'm a nice, kind, polite person. I like to speak to people after shows, right? But I thought, not this time, mate, you've gone too far. The line in the sand, you've crossed it, mate, this far, no further. You crossed the Rubicon, mate. And I thought I'm going to give it to him. And the red mist come down. I thought, I'm not going to be polite. I'm going to fight back. I'm going to give it to him. And I said, "Oh, thanks, mate." "Oh, thanks, mate." So you think I repeat myself too much? Well, do you know what that is? Yes, because I once had a girlfriend called Mimi and a girlfriend called Fifi. And I left Mimi for Fifi because Mimi liked kissy kissy, but Fifi liked pumpy pumpy. Yeah. Whenever I have pie and mash, I have a double-double. And whenever I have Greggs, I have a yum-yum. I like to go to Bora Bora and eat bonbons and pawpaws. Then I like to have a wee wee and a poo-poo, which I sometimes call a pee-pee and a plop-plop. I fancy Coco Chanel, Zsa Zsa Gabor, Momola, Manina Nana. And I call a dog a woof woof and a cow a moo moo and a car a brum brum and a train a tubes. And on my days off, I like to watch documentaries about Sing Sing, listen to Lulu, Shiwaddy Waddy, BB King, Mumaka, Lady Gaga. I like to put a bet on a Gigi, hopefully have a win-win, watch Chitty Bang Bang, play with a yo-yo. And I love it when people go, ha ha, when I tell a knock-knock joke, bum bum. And then I punched him. Twice. Now, folks, very happy memory for me coming back to Twickenham, coming back to here, right? Because I think I came here about 10 odd years ago when I played this place about 10 years ago, and I had a really good night, right? But something wonderful happened to me here, right? Something wonderful happened to me in Twickenham, right? You won't guess what it is, but I'll tell you, right? I had a threesome. It was fantastic, right? No, it's true. I had a threesome. It was fantastic, right? I couldn't believe it. It was incredible, right? I was having a drink after the show. I met a couple, was having a drink with them, right? It was fantastic. Got a lot of house on fire, right? And they went, and I said, I've got to go because I've got to get back. And they went, oh, listen, we only live around the corner. Come over 2 hours. Like, we've got a spare room and all that, right? Have a late drink with us, right? So I went back with them, had a late drink, and before you know it, we engaged in a threesome. It was fantastic, right? It's absolutely incredible, right? And here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. They were like animalistic, these people. They were voracious, right? They were needy, greedy. They were like absolutely filthy, right? They did everything, right? Everything. They did everything to each other. They did everything to me, right? I did everything to them. Folks, they emptied me. They emptied me. I spent the next 3 days, it was wonderful, the next 3 days just in bed like a shell of a person, like a husk, dried out husk, just drinking chicken soup, trying to get my body fluids back. You know, that was fantastic. It was fantastic, right? It was incredible. And here's the thing, right? So it's a very sweeping statement to say they did everything, right? They did everything, you know. A very sweeping statement. Doesn't really give you an idea of what they did. So just by way of example, it's a long time ago, but there was fingering, hand job, cream pie, edging, a missionary, analingus, spit roast, oral sex, squirting, facial, pile driver, cum shot, snowballing, blowjob, foot job, doggy, gagging, tune in Tokyo, golden shower, masturbation, prostate massage, licking, rubbing, sucking, figging, scissoring, rusty trombone, submission, anal, bukkake, water sports, whipping, fornication, reverse cowgirl, teabagging, masochism, deep throat, 69, arse to mouth humiliation, spanking, cunnilingus, domination, motorboating, dirty Sanchez, pegging, cock and ball torture, kissing, nipple stimulation, bareback, coprophilia, fisting, face sitting, salad tossing, fellatio, wanking, felching, and rimming. Yeah, but as I say, it's a long time ago. I don't really remember exactly what went on. You know, don't really remember exactly what went on. Now, here's the thing, right? I am a live and let live person, right? I'm a live and let live person. I think if you found a way to be happy in your life, you can get satisfaction in your life, then good on you, right? And I'm not going to take anything away from that, right? Because at one stage in the threesome, they got out these 2 jars of pickles. 2 jars of pickles, right? Big jar of pickled onions and a big jar of pickled gherkins, right? And I said, well, were you guys hungry? And she went, no, we're not hungry. No, we're not going to eat them. I said, well, what's the pickles for then? She said, well, what it is, we've had so much sex over the years. Well, we've done everything, right? So we've become desensitized physically to sex. So we need now extra physical stimulation to help us achieve a climax, to get over the line. I said, right, well, what's the pickles for then? She said, well, what it is. When he's ready, he'll give me the secret signal. I'll get a pickled gherkin, I'll pop it up his bum, right? And that'll give him the extra physical stimulation he needs to get over the line. I said, I'm very happy for you. Very happy for you. You know, if you found a way to be happy in your life, that's good. I'm pleased for you, right? And he went, yeah, she's the same. Yeah, when she's ready, she'll give me the secret signal, and I'll get a pickled onion, and I'll pop it up her bum, and that'll give her the extra physical stimulation she needs to get over the line. I said, I'm very happy for you, right? Happy, live and let live. I think, you know, if you found a way to be happy, who am I to judge you, right? And sure enough, at some point in the threesome, right, he lay back on the bed, right, lifted up his legs, right, his eyes glazed over, right, and he looked at her and he went, pick on me! Pick on me! And she got the biggest pickled gherkin, right, I've ever seen in my life, right, and she whipped it up his bum, like, palmed it in like that, and my God, he finished. My God, did he finish, honestly. I've never seen anything like it in my life. I don't know if you've ever seen the fountains at Versailles, but it was incredible. I've never seen anything like it in my life, right? And she was the same, right? At one point, she lay back on the bed, right? She pulled her legs up like that, right? Her eyes glazed over, and she looked at him, and she went, pickle me! Pickle me! And he got the biggest pickled onion I've ever seen in my life, right? And he popped it up her bum like that, right? And she finished. Oh my God, did she finish? I've never seen anything like it in my life. I don't know if you've ever had a radiator hose go on the M4, but it was incredible. It was incredible, you know. So it was a wonderful experience in my life, a really wonderful experience in my life, right? And I thought after that, perhaps it'll happen again. Right? And when I got talking to people, I was waiting, sort of like the thought in my mind, perhaps the threesome happened again. Never happened again, right? Never happened again. So after a couple of years, I thought, do you know what? It's happened to you once in your life. You've been lucky, right? Just put it down to luck. Get on with your life, don't worry about it now. So I gave up all hope of it ever happening again, until very, very recently. Because very, very recently, my hopes have been rekindled. Yeah, because unbelievably, they're here tonight, here they are! Pickled onion, look at that, it's nice. see you. Please don't hit them, pacifist. Here we are, listen. It's so nice, isn't it, to bump into old friends when you come back to place, isn't it? Lovely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I do hope I get out of here alive. I've been Dickie Richards. I've been nice talking to you. I hope to see you another time. Thank you. Good night.